Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
How are you? I want to divert the conversation back to private schools. I'm very concerned, particularly in my district. We have, the Archdiocese is saying 24 closures coming up. In my particular district, 2 schools are affected. We have St. Joseph's in Rosebank, and then Immaculate Conception, which is a couple blocks away in Stapleton, which, although is not my district, I have families from my district who attend. Last year, we had the closure of 3 additional schools in the community, and this really leaves this particular community in the East Shore of Staten Island without a parochial school option. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about mandated services, and I think this body has done an excellent job, especially last year in the budget, in supporting reimbursements for mandated services, attendance, for instance, the attendance policy, as well as repealing the MTA payroll tax for those private and parochial schools. It's my understanding from the Archdiocese that they are owed approximately $30 million in mandated services reimbursement. Can you, I guess, comment on the status of that?
The department prepared a memo that was shared with non-publics as well as the Division of the Budget, I believe a year and a half ago or so, that captured our account of the potential liability for the state with respect to both mandated services and the attendance program. And I can get you a copy of that.
I think I may have it, actually. This may be it. I'm not sure. It says non-public school aid study policy. Okay. Do you have a breakdown of how much is owed to each school?
I do not believe that we generated a school-by-school breakdown of the liability. Well, because the liability was an estimate based on our conversations with Division of the Budget as well as our conversations with the non-publics.
Wouldn't this data be available, though, on the MSA forms that the schools submit? I mean, there is a mandated service form that each school, I guess, provides, right? Or submits.
But I don't believe there's a number that we've generated, a verified number for the school-by-school liability. But I will have our staff follow up with you on that.
Okay. If you could look into that, I'd really like to know how much is owed to each school, because I do believe that if we're able to help them and reimburse them for these mandates that the state has put on them, it would relieve some of the burden and therefore make them survive. I mean, I think we have to do our part to help private and parochial schools because, as my colleague said earlier, they do have an impact on the public education as well. Because if a school closes, public schools are going to absorb those students. And if we're paying $18,618 per student here in New York, which is the highest in the nation, it's actually 75% above the national average, it's certainly something that is of interest not only to students, the families, the state, and the taxpayers. And so it's my understanding that last year with the closures, about 68% of those students were absorbed by other parochial schools. But see, now we're eliminating those schools that absorb some of those students, which is really eliminating an option. I have to say that on behalf of my constituents in the communities that I represent, they are very upset with the lack of option here and that these schools are closing. So I think we need to continue to build on what we did last year with the cap reimbursement, the MTA payroll tax repeal, and continue to help the parochial schools. So I would appreciate your assistance with that. And if you could get me the information by school, especially for the 2 schools I said, which were St. Joseph's School in Rosebank and Immaculate Conception School in Stapleton. They're both in Staten Island, New York. Thank you.